Hey everyone, and welcome to the video. I'm North Central. We are among the tombstones. We came back up here to the Mount Zion Community Church and Cemetery, and I just got done walking through and replacing some broken flags and stuff that happens, and that happens in some of these private cemeteries like this. The mowing crew sometimes break flags, and sometimes they just break on their own. But I also came here because I wanted to polish up a couple of these bronze markers that are up here. They're not that old, they just need some wax. And I have brought my wax. So let's get up here and get set up. All right guys, so this is Bryan K. Gorby. And I'm just gonna wipe him off here real quick, try and get some of this stuff off of stone without having to really get real carried away with it. If I can just clean it off a little bit, get all the big stuff off and let it dry. That's what I want. These so I just want them to dry just a little bit. Use a different cloth to help out. Just want to get the junk off of him. I brought several of these with me. But the wax that I'm using today is Renaissance. It is microcrystalline wax polish. I got this from Atlas Preservation. It's not a real big thing of it, but it will definitely get everything going. I'm just going to put a liberal amount on my micro right here and just start rubbing it in. Essentially, that's all you're really going to do. Try and get it in between stuff. And what this wax does essentially is just seals the paint. It makes it to where the elements doesn't necessarily ruin the finish. Now there's different waxes that you can use. This is just the one that I'm using on this application. Okay, I have several other ones. And in the summertime like this, when it gets hot and sunny, one thing that you don't have to do, and I see a lot of people doing it, is they'll put a butane torch or some type of a torch on this to get some of these little thick areas of wax that stay on this. Now, that's not necessary to do that. You don't have to do that. That's another one of the results instantaneous things that I don't really go for too much. Don't get me wrong, it's not going to hurt this plaque in any way, as long as you don't leave it there and burn the crap out of it. As long as you try to get as much of the wax off or rub it in as best you can, you're not going to hurt this plaque. I mean, this plaque's been here since 2016. I don't think there's anything that I can do to it that Mother Nature ain't already thrown that way. But the reason I don't worry about those little pieces is because the sun's going to be up, guys. It's going to be almost 90 degrees again tomorrow, and the sun is going to be well over 100. Believe me when I say it's going to melt those little pieces and then rub it in naturally to this thing. So you don't necessarily have to do that. Now if it's early spring or really late fall or something like that, you might get away with doing something like that, or feel the need to do something like that. But it's not really necessary. You don't really have to do that. Make sure you get plenty of the wax and stuff on the letters too. Don't just think that you got to get it on the paint. Get it on the letters. It helps to keep them nice and bright. When these plaques are made, they have a protective clear coat put on them, but it can break down. I mean, you're supposed to wax these things. So if you have a family member out in a cemetery somewhere that has a bronze plaque like this, and it's in good shape, like this one right here is in good shape. I mean, it's put out here 2016, so you're talking about 9 years. And it's in good shape. It doesn't need refinished in any way. If that's the case, the only thing you really need to do is put some wax on it. Now, if you have one that needs to be redone, that's a little bit more of a video. And there's plenty of them here that we can do that with, and that we will do that with, just not tonight. Yep, I do it all the way around, even on this. Get some of this vegetation out of here. This is a nice one because they put it on a piece of granite. These always make it real nice, and it's also contoured. The ground is sloping like this, and this is contoured with the ground, so it just makes it nice is all. It just makes it nice. And the reason that I say that it makes it nice is because when the water hits it, it sheds off, right? So I try to get the big stuff, the big little buildups and stuff like that out, but when push comes to shove, I'm really not that worried about it. Tear it up. Yeah. Here we go. Looks good, guys. I'm gonna start losing my light here. It's getting late in the afternoon. I got a late start. That is one plaque. It's waxed. It's done. All right, guys, so that's another wrap on a video that is just very simply wiping off and putting some wax down on one of the bronze plaques. It doesn't take long to do. It's really very simple. You don't have to go through the whole process of scrubbing and washing the crap out of it, and then drying it off, and then putting the wax on it, hitting it with a butane torch to try and spread that. It's not necessary. Especially here in the middle of summer, it's the middle of summer, it's hot. And that wax is going to turn to liquid very, very soon, as soon as the sun comes up and turns that plaque to 90 degrees. It's very quiet, very pretty place up here. I like coming up here. I don't get up here as much as I want to, but it is nice. All right, guys, so as always, you know, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please go down, hit the subscribe button, click on the bell notification, click all notifications. Give this video a thumbs up, and as always, go down to the comments and make a little comment. I love reading comments. They're nice to have. So, as always, guys, I will see you in the next one. Have a good evening.